Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining.
Welcome back to the channel. I am so glad that you have chosen to spend a few of your precious minutes on this planet here with me. Thank you. I am glad you're tuning in. Today, we got the new set of Duskmourn House of Horror. Look at this booster art pack, or collector booster pack art, man. Man, I wish my camera was better. Like the foiling on the pack is so good. It looks so cool. Like all these these little light spots in the face of whatever his name is. Um, the way they reflect in the from the foiling is super cool. Starts with a V. So anyway, this is the promo card foil. I'll take it out of the sleeve. I think this card's gonna be busted, man. So this is Twitching Doll. Okay, you can tap and add 1 mana of any color, and you put a nest counter on Twitching Doll. Okay. Then the second ability is tap and sacrifice Twitching Doll. Create a 2/2 green spider creature token with reach for each counter on Twitching Doll. Activate only as a sorcery. So with proliferate and other things like that, you could make a pretty awesome 2/2 green spider army, token army. Um, but even if worst case, you use it until you don't need it anymore as a mana dork, and then you get 4/2/2s, or whatever. So, yep, that is going to be pretty cool. I did want to do something real quick because not all the cards are on TCG Player yet. I doubt they're going to be well, they can't even be scanned yet. But some of them are on there. Let me just I'm going to get the list up with the highest ones, right? And I'll just do top down, like highest cards, and we'll see what the prices are going for currently, and we're gonna do price high to low. So I do need to get past some of these because some of them I think are ones you can only get in, yeah, like there's Japanese ones. Yeah, so the new thing in this one is the fractured foil, uh, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do. Let me know if you want me to. I've been contemplating getting one of the Duskmourn Nightmare bundles. It comes in like a little TV like box. It looks like a little TV that's the with static on the background or as that's on the screen. It looks really cool in my opinion. I think it looks neat. And I'm not a big horror guy like so I'm not super thrilled for this set. I did want to I still wanted to get some, see if I can get any hits. Plus, I wanted to do it for content and everything. But let me change the number of things that are on each page. So the let me get this out of the way. So we did get the collector booster too. That came free because we pre-ordered this. So we'll do the collector booster last. We're gonna pop this baby open with a blade. Super excited. I just like I said, I'm not even excited for the set. It's just I get my break or my I don't know rip fix in. I get to rip some packs open. So when I won a box on MTG Arena of Modern Horizons when I first started playing again a couple months ago, and it just totally got me addicted again. Honestly, so we are excited. No box toppa. I was hopeful. I didn't know if they still. I don't even know if they still do those. So they do have this little card here. Can you guys see? There we go. With draft types, the draft archetypes. I'm not gonna go through them right now or anything with you guys, but I'll read them. I guess Eerie Tempo is blue white. Blue black is eerie control. Black red is sacrifice. Red green is delirium stompy. Green white is survival. White black is reanimator, shocker. White blue red is rooms. Golgari, so black green is delirium grind. Boros is aggro, like always, and then green blue is manifest dread. So neat little thing there. And let's get started. So I guess the best way to do this, I guess I'll leave this off screen as we crack them open. And then they do have little pull tabs, which is nice. Makes it a little bit easier. I guess what we'll do, so you let me know too if you want me to go back, because obviously a lot of the prices aren't in yet, right? And because of that, I need like a hits pile. We'll use the twitching doll as my hits pile, okay? And we'll do an art card pile. Valgavoth, that's what his name is, right? Valgavoth. Yeah, Valgavoth. Art card pile. All right. Appendage Amalgam is the foil. I think so. Is the rare? I think the rare might be here. I'm not sure because this is the foil. It is common. It's a 3/2 horror enchantment creature. Whenever Appendage Amalgam attacks, surveil 1. Okay, I'll basic lands. Yep. Okay, so it does do the rare here. So we got Head Shredder. This was one of the ones that was like spoiled or whatever, or the sneak peeks. I thought it looked cool personally. It's an artifact vehicle, costs 2 green and 2 colorless. Whenever Head Shredder attacks, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put them onto the battlefield tapped. There are like land is back, like landfall, land. I mean, all these different combos with land. I mean, think about Bloomburrow, right? Like there's several cards in there. The Lumra has that effect, and OTJ you have the Bristly Bill with landfall. You have the there's several. There's the landfall lizard that deals 1 damage every time land gets put into play. So yeah, just crazy. Ooh, and a second rare here. So I think I'm gonna have like a rare. Maybe I'll just do like rares here or something. And then we have Cursed Recording. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on Cursed Recording, and then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you. And you can tap it, and it says when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's 2 red and 2 colorless. So basically, you can do this 10 times, right? You can copy spells 10 times for free because it's just a tap. I mean, it's 4 mana, and then after that, it's just a tap. So yeah, that seems actually kind of. I think that could end up being really good. I think that could be, especially in constructed. Keys to the House. Sacrifice Keys to the House. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle. Okay, not bad. That's fine. And then you can do 3 tap and sacrifice. Lock or unlock a door of target room you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So that's the new mechanic or whatever is rooms. I'm just getting lands off screen out of the way. Nobody cares about those. Okay, and then Sheltered by Ghosts. Maybe I should do like a... Because I'm going to sort them by color anyway. Maybe I should do by color or something. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Okay, Live or Die. 5 mana. You can either return target creature from the graveyard straight to the battlefield. So there's some reanimator stuff going on there. And then, or you can destroy target creature. Then we have a room. I think this is room, right? Yeah, room. Enchantment room. Grand entryway for 2. Okay, so the rooms, if you don't know, it says you may cast either half. That door unlocks on the battlefield. As a sorcery, you may pay the mana cost of the locked door to unlock it. So we could play this side, and this effect will happen. Then, while it's on the battlefield, we could pay this cost, and it would unlock the door to allow this one to happen. And it's an enchantment, so even after you do that, it stays on the battlefield, right? So, enchantment decks. These rooms will be great for enchantment decks. So, Grand Entryway says whenever you unlock this door, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. And then the Elegant Rotunda side says whenever you unlock this door, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So we won't continue to go over some of these as we obviously recognize them. I have done very, very little like pre-research. So if you've already done that and you're not interested in all this, I apologize. Maybe you can fast forward and look at the rares as we open a new pack. But I've done very little. So this is Counterspell and Manifest Dread. Dread is look at the top 2 cards from your library, put one into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into your graveyard. Turn it face up at any time for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Twisted Reality. And then say its name, mill 3 cards, then you may return a creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Exile this card and 2 other cards. Say its name from your graveyard, search your library. Search your graveyard, hand, and or library for a card named Altanach the Thrice Called, and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. So that's like a play on Bloody Mary or something. That's kind of cool. And then there is Final Vengeance. As an additional cast to the spell, it costs 1 black. As an additional cast to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature or enchantment. So like if you do a room, finish the room, do both sides, and the effects are done taken off, you can then use this as sacrifice it as a cost for this, and you can exile a creature for 1 mana. Crazy. Another room, Ticket Booth, is when you unlock this door, Manifest Dread. So that's where you take 2 cards from the top of your deck, put one of them face down on the battlefield as a 2/2 creature, and then the other one goes in your graveyard. And then the other one is Tunnel of Hate. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains double strike until end of turn. That is nutty. Okay, and then it is a lot of mana though. It's 6 mana for that. We turn target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You may gain 3 life, and then destroy target creature. Murder. Okay. So really, and the prices are going to change as people get. Oh, I forgot it has got a pull tab as things get changed and everything. But it looks like one of the big hits. All the big hits are the any of the new foils, the what's it foils, the fractured foils. It looks like there's a bunch of full arts though that are pretty neat looking. I'm gonna assume that they can only go into. What's the art card? Bam. I'm gonna assume that they can only go in collector boosters, but I don't know that for sure. Like I said, I've done very little research into Duskmourn because I haven't been super excited about it. But all right, this is 4/3 menace. Sacrifice another creature or enchantment. Exile the top card of your library, and you can play it this turn. So, okay, foil land there. Got lucky. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. Oh, that's got it. That I would be surprised if that one's not on here. It's a legendary creature. Maybe it's not though. It is only a rare. I guess I could search. Nashi. Searcher in the Dark. It is not the showcase. So there's a showcase version in already as well. Looks like between $2 and $3 for that right now. And then Betrayer's Bargain as an additional cost is cast a spell, sacrifice a creature or enchantment, or pay 2 additional. Colorless. Betrayer's Bargain deals 5 damage to target creature. If that creature would die, exile. That's uncommon. Next uncommon is Fear of Being Hunted. Haste, 4/2 with haste for 3. Fear of Being Hunted must be blocked if able. I like that. I have a feeling I'm gonna like the Boros, but Rite of the Moth. 2 black, 1 white, 1 colorless. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it, and then you can flash it back for 1 black, 2 white, and 3 colorless. Fear of the Imposters. 3/2 flash. Fear of the Imposters enters counter target spell. Its controller manifests dread. Then we have Anthropede. Reach. It's a 3/4 reach. When Anthropede enters, you may discard a card or pay 2. When you do, destroy target room. Speaking of room, Meat Locker. The art on these too. I hope this is staying focused for you guys. I keep forgetting to like. It's hard for me to. Let me try to move it a little bit. Maybe I'll be able to see. This is going to be a longer video too, guys. So, yep. Feel free to skip around or whatever. Says when you unlock this door, tap up to 1 target creature and put 2 stun counters on it. Cool. And then when you unlock this door, draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Cool. 2/3 with haste. Cryptid Inspector. Vigilance, or not haste, vigilance, sorry. When a face down permanent you control enters, and whenever Cryptid Inspector or another permanent you control is turn face up, put a +1/+1 counter on this. So there's like a flip or face up or turn face up style deck or whatever. 3/3 Cackling Slasher, Death Touch. Cackling Slasher enters with a +1/+1 counter on it if it is a creature. If a creature died this turn. So if a creature died this turn, it gets +1/+1 counter. Turn inside out. Oh, look at that art. That looks so gross. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. When it dies this turn, manifest dread. Okay. Possessed Goat. Tap 3 and discard a card. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on Possessed Goat, and it becomes a black demon in addition to its other colors and types. You can only activate it once. So, it's kind of meh. It's alright. Glimmer Burst, draw 2 cards, create a 1/1 white Glimmer enchantment creature token. Murder, I already saw. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain 3 life. Emerge from the cocoon. Room, Ticket Booth, and Tunnel of Hate, we already saw. Final Vengeance, saw that. Say its name, already saw that. And Twist Reality, already saw that. Okay. I might end up doing this into 2 videos. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. First token here. Inquisitive Glimmer. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Unlock cost you pay cost 1 less. I have a feeling this card, and that's 2 mana. It's a Fox Glimmer. I have a feeling that card, and this is a foil, by the way, if you can't tell in the video. I have a feeling that card is going to be valuable. Then we have Bleeding Woods, common land. Bleeding Wood enters tapped unless a player has 13 life or less. Interesting. Hopefully you don't have that few life by the time he gets there. And then we have, this is like the new showcase, right? It looks like a little TV, like a TV, if you can see that. Like these are the knobs over here and stuff. Is unidentified hover ship. Artifact vehicle, flying. When unidentified hover ship enters, exile up to 1 target creature with toughness 5 or less. When it leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner manifests dread. It only costs 1 to cast, and to crew, and it's a 2/2. It's a rare. Unwanted Remake, destroy target creature, its controller manifests dread. Saw Blade Skin Ripper, 3/2 menace, tap 2 and sacrifice another creature or enchantment and put a +1/+1 counter on this. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice 1 or more permanents this turn, Saw Blade Skin Ripper deals that much damage to any target. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrificed 1 or more permanents. So it's equal to the number of permanents you sacrificed. Seems good. I have a feeling that's going to be a good card. Cynical Loner. Cynical Loner can't be blocked by glimmers. Okay, so we did see a glimmer. That was the actually that was that foil. Yeah, Inquisitive Glimmer. That's a Fox Glimmer. I'm gonna put that in the rares for now because it's foil and I think it's going to be good, but we'll see. Oh, and then it's a survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Cynical Loner is tapped, you may search your library for a card and put it into your graveyard and then shuffle. Interesting, interesting. Balemark Leech. It's a leech, Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, each opponent loses 1 life. So enchantment enters, they lose 1. Unlock the door, it's fully unlocked, they lose another. That is a common. Tunnel Surveyor enters, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. That's the Vigilance. We've seen that. When innocuous rat dies, manifest dread. It's a 2 mana 1/1. Seems bad. Twist Reality, we already saw. Turn it inside out. Jump Scare. 1 white mana until end of turn. Target creature gets +2/+2, gains flying, and becomes a horror enchantment creature in addition to its other types. That is pretty horrific looking. Man, this art is so. I just like some of it is like really good. Like that Fox Glimmer is beautiful, but man, this is creepy, man. That's why I'm not into horror too much. Hence why I'm not like super stoked about the set or anything. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, Vicious Clown gets +2/+0 until end of turn. My wife would murder me if I showed her that card. Just saying. She has a fear of clowns. We are on to pack 4, and we're 20 minutes in. It's going to go faster, though, guys, because we're going to start seeing a lot more duplication here. Ooh. I mean, like, even the tokens are so creepy, man. Like, that insect creep, and, like, look at that thing. Like, creepy. Ooh, foil turned inside out. Ooh, our first full art. Planes. Look how pretty it is. I don't know how you have planes inside of a house. So if you're unaware, this set is like, oh, there's the rare. If you're unaware, this set is like all takes place inside this mansion called Duskmourn. So this everything should be inside of a house, inside of this house, right? All these arts take place. Even when you see like a giant forest, it's in a room inside this house. That's how big this house is. All right, so Toby, Beastie Befriender. This I like this. I like this already. This is one of my top favorite cards already. It says when Toby Beastie Befriender enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this creature can't attack or block alone. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. What? Yeah, that's my kind of card right there, guys. All right. We got Wicker Folk Thrasher. It's got Delirium. Whenever Wicker Folk Thrasher attacks, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield. If you don't put the card on the battlefield, put it into your hand. And that art is pretty cool, I will say. Norin, Swift Survivalist, legendary creature, human coward. Norin, Swift Survivalist cannot block. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may exile it. You may play that card from exile this turn. Interesting. I bet that's going to have some crazy combos. I can just picture several combos with that already. Skullcap Nuisance. It's 1 green or 1 black, 1 blue. Flying 1/4 Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, you get the Surveil 1. Unnerving Grasp. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and then manifest dread. Horrid Vigor. Oh, yeah, okay. Horrid Vigor. Target creature gains Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn for 2. That's pretty good. Winter's Intervention. Winter's Intervention deals 2 damage to target creature, and you gain 2 life for 2. Don't make a sound. Counter target spell and its controller pays 2. If they do, Surveil 2. So there's upside either way. Either they pay it and they use mana, and then you get to Surveil 2, or they don't pay it and you counter the spell. Wary Watchdog. So that kind of makes it more useful even late game. So like if you want to Surveil, that's like a card like versus the other ones that say, just counter target spell unless they pay whatever. And then they pay it, and then that's it. But this gives you upside if they pay it. It's neat. Wary Watchdog. When Wary Watchdog enters or dies, Surveil 1. I like it. Green's my favorite color, by the way. If you didn't know, we already seen Turn Inside Out. Fear of Surveillance. Enchantment creature Nightmare for 2. It's a 2/2. It has Vigilance. Whenever Fear of Surveillance attacks, surveil 1. That's kind of cool, but the art is, again, creepy AF. And Glimmerlight. Artifact equipment for 2. When Glimmerlight enters, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and you can equip it for 1. I like that actually a lot. I'm a sucker for equipment. If you guys don't know. Alrighty, I'm gonna jump into this next one. Pack numero 5. 31 to go. I know there's a lot. Like that's what I'm thinking. We might have to break it up. Okay, there's a 1/1 white glimmer creature token. I like it. That's pretty in this House of Horror. All right. Ooh, another Plains full art. I'm so excited. All right. Grand Entryway and Elegant Rotunda foil. We already have seen that one. I think that one's an uncommon, so we're going to put it there. There's our full art, second full art Plains. And then here's the showcase rare Marina Vendrill's Grimoire. Legendary artifact. When Marina Vendrill's Grimoire enters, if you cast it, draw 5 cards. It's 6 mana, by the way. If you now have no maximum hand size and don't lose the game for having 0 life or less, 0 or less life. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, discard that many cards. Then, if you have no cards in hand, you lose the game. Wow! So your life becomes the cards in your hand. Now, if you that feels really thick, that card does. If you guys don't know, if you don't follow it a lot, which I don't really a ton either, but the standard right now, one of the main decks that's happening is discard. So that card might not be the best at the moment, but Pyroclasm deals 2 damage to each creature. That's a reprint. Lionheart Glimmer, enchantment creature, Cat Glimmer for 5. Ward, it has Ward 2. Whenever you attack creatures you control, get +1/+1 until end of turn. This is a 2/5 on its own. I like this. White's gonna be one of my top colors this set. I can tell you, playing on arena and drafting and stuff. Just who I am. Like it or hate it. Another Grand Entryway, Elegant Rotunda. I'm just gonna toss that down in there. And then this room we have not seen Defiled Crypt and Cadaver Lab. The first one says, whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black horror creature or horror enchantment creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. That seems actually pretty decent. And then Cadaver Lab. When you unlock this door, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So this one activates that one. Pretty neat. And then Slavering Branch Snapper, Trample, Force Cycling 2. It's a 7/6 for 6. Straight up. Just a big beastie, big body, big booty, whatever you want to do, call it. Cracked Skull, enchantment aura, enchant creature. When Cracked Skull enters, look at target player's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, destroy it. Seems very powerful. So you get to discard. So for 3 mana, you get to discard or to force the player to discard a non-land card. Not non. A lot of times it'll say non-creature, non-land or something like that. No, this is just non-land card, and you get to basically take one of their big bodies and make it take 1 damage and die. So that seems like a very good common, honestly. I've been putting the commons. Okay. Another new room we haven't seen, Underwater Tunnel. When you unlock this door, surveil 2. And then Slimy Aquarium. When you unlock this door, manifest dread. Then put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Flesh Borrower. Flesh Burrower. Even worse than Borrower, like I was going to say. 2 mana, 2/2. Death Touch. When Flesh Burrower attacks another target creature you control, gains Death Touch until end turn. Not bad. Not terrible. Not at all. Not for 2 mana. Rip Chain Razorkin, a 5/3 with reach. You can pay 3, sacrifice a land, and draw a card. Hardened Escort, Human Soldier. When Hardened Escort attacks another target creature you control, gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. So white has this theme where you want to attack with multiple creatures, together. I can already see that, and they all get benefits from it. Like I'm gonna enjoy white. It's just my style. Terramorphic Expanse. Everybody knows what this does. It's the new one for this set. Number 6. I'll probably let the video go an hour, and then start another one. And then, yeah, whenever we finish the play booster box, we will do the collector booster. So stick around for the rest of the videos if you want to see Gremlin token. And then here's our foil. Enter the Enigma. Target creature can't be blocked this turn and draw a card for 1 mana. That actually seems pretty decent. That would be really, really good in the Otter deck from Bloomburrow. So that's going to get made by me. Another one of these lands. Did I put that? No, I think I put it over here. I did put it in this here. Okay, Marvin, Murderous Mimic. That art is terrifying. Legendary artifact, creature, toy. Marvin, Murderous Mimic, has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. That seems broken. And he's legend. That could be a pretty decent commander, I bet. That seems really... I feel like that's going to be abused in so many ways. Rootwise Survival. 5 mana, haste, 3/4. You don't see a lot of hasty green creatures, but I love it. That's my style. Survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Rootwise Survivor is tapped, put 3+1/+1 counters on up to 1 target land you control. That land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature in addition to its other types. It gains haste until your next turn. So this just makes all of your lands into 3/3s. And you can actually put it, so it says put 3+1/+1 counters on up to 1 target land you control. So you could just put it on the same land over and over and over. That seems strong, man. I mean, it is 5 mana. Ooh, Saw. Artifact equipment, 2 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Why is this not focusing? Focus, camera. Focus. Do something. Why is it not focusing? Alright. That's super annoying for this video, honestly. Come on. You can do it. There it goes. No! There we go. Okay. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may sacrifice a permanent other than that creature or Saw if you do draw a card. So this would go good with that one sacrifice card that deals damage to you. This one, actually. Yeah, this one. If you sacrifice one or more permanents this turn, Saw Blade Skin Ripper deals that much damage. So you could use his ability. You could use the Saw Raid or the Saw ability. All right, Nowhere to Run. 2 mana, flash enchantment. When Nowhere to Run enters, target creature and opponent controls gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Creatures your opponents control can be the targets of spells and abilities as though they didn't have hexproof. Ward abilities on those creatures don't trigger. That is annoying. Creatures your opponent, because this is an enchantment, so it stays on the battlefield. Creatures your opponent's control can now be the target. So basically, this wipes this. That is nuts, guy. That is nuts. 1 mana that's also a remove, or sorry, 2 mana that's also a removal. It's also got flash. It's a permanent enchantment, and it just completely wipes out hexproof and ward. That's crazy. That card is crazy. I'm telling you that I would be shocked if that doesn't get some play. All right, Clammy Prowler. Whenever a Clammy Prowler attacks, another target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. 3 mana, creature spirit, flying vigilance. Golly. Eerie. When an enchantment you control enters and when you fully unlock a room Erratic Apparition gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Kind of meh, in my opinion. And then Flesh Burrower, already did that. Cracked Skull, already did it. Rip Chain Razorkin, already did it. Hardened Escort, already looked. And Terramorphic Spans, already looked. See, it's going to get faster, guys. It's going to get faster. Another one of those creepy toys. We have Resurrected Cultist as the foil. Foil Neglected Manor. And Ghost Vacuum as the artifact. Exile target card from a graveyard. Or you can pay 6 and tap, sacrifice the Ghost Vacuum. So like from Ghostbusters, and if you look, you can see the little face right there. That's crazy. Sacrifice Ghost Vacuum. Put each creature card exiled with Ghost Vacuum onto the battlefield under your control with a what? Okay, and because this only costs 1, man. Put each creature card exiled with Ghost Vacuum onto the battlefield under your control with a flying counter on it. Each one of them is a 1/1 spirit in addition to its other types. So okay, so they're all 1/1s though. That's not as bad. All right, Overgrown Zealot, 2 mana, add 1 mana of any color. It's an elf, 0/4. Pretty decent, honestly. And then you can tap and add 2 mana of any one color, but you can spend this mana only to turn permanents face up. That's pretty decent, I think. Insidious Fungus, tap 2, sacrifice it. You can choose one. Either destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tap. Interesting. Okay. This is nice. This will be a nice card to have in limited play. There's so many enchantments and artifacts. It'll almost always have a target. And if it doesn't, it still has an upside of drawing you a card and letting you play an extra land for 1 mana. Technically it's 2 mana to activate the ability because it's a 1 mana 1/2. So, Dashing Bloodsucker, 4 mana 2/5. It says Eerie, whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever it fully unlocks, Dashing Bloodsucker gets +2/+0 and gains lifelink until end of turn. Mediocre. Disturbing Mirth. That art is terrifying as well. When it enters, you may sacrifice another enchantment or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. When you sacrifice Disturbing Mirth, manifest Dread. That card is terrifying. Just the art. That way. Slavering Branch Snapper. Yeah, that's a big body. Yeah, we did that one. Fanatic of Harrowing. When it enters, each player discards a card. If you discarded a card this way, draw a card. Enter the Enigma, we already did. Most Valuable Slayer, that's cool. Human Warrior, 4 mana, 2/4. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. So worst case, it's a 3/4 with first strike. Friendly Ghost, 4 mana, 2/4. Flaunt with Flying. When a friendly ghost enters, target creature gets +2/+4 until end of turn. And Spine Seeker Centipede. That art is terrifying as well. When Spine Seeker Centipede enters, search your library for basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Delirium, Spine Seeker Centipede gets +1/+2. Oh my gosh, I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. Spine Seeker Centipede gets +1/+2 and has vigilance as long as there are 4 or more card types among the cards in your graveyard. And another pack. All right. That spirit token is pretty cool, I will say. Ooh. Oh man, I hope it's worth something. I hope it's worth something. I don't think it's going to be, but I hope it is because it's a foil mythic, guys. Foil mythic. Hauntwood's Shrieker. Whenever Hauntwood Shrieker attacks, manifest Dread. And then you can pay 2. Reveal target face down permanent. If it's a creature card, you can turn it face up. So basically, you can just turn. Dude, that's just going to cheat. Like, imagine, okay, you hit Emrakul. All right? You're putting face down. Then at the end of combat, you pay 2 mana and flip him face up. Like, well, I mean, Imracurl's not the best example, but you guys get what I'm saying. You can cheat out massive creatures with this card. I hope it's worth something. It's going to. I feel like with an ability like that, it's going to be foil mythic, guys. Foil mythic. First hit. I'm gonna go and sleeve it up. I need to find my. There they are. Not those. Sleeve it up. Sleeve it up. Because I just have a hard time thinking that's not going to be money. You know what? I'm not being very hopeful by not having more sleeves up here already. All right. Yikes. So we'll put some extra sleeves up here. And I know where the rest of these are in case we need them. And we'll put that into a top loader as well. So I'm hopeful for that. Super hopeful for that one. I just feel like that's going to help people cheat out so much stuff. And you know everybody loves cheating out big creatures, and I don't blame them. Bam! Got it in the top loader. Exciting. Wait, where's... Okay, that's a... There was this here, I think. I need a drink real quick. I'll see if there's any prices on TCG yet for this. And you know, it's so early. Set's not even technically out yet. But so prices are going to change. Right now, just a standard card, near mint foil is $7, but still totally worth putting it in a sleeve. And like I said, once people start playing with it and they realize, you know, how, you know, the best way to use it, I think that's a card that will probably go up. I hope so, but we'll see. We will see. All right, Razor Trap Gorge, new room. Okay, multicolor room. I think this is the first one we've seen. This is a rare, isn't it? Yeah, this is a rare room. Restricted office and lecture hall. The first says when you unlock this door, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. The other one says other permanents you control have hexproof. Not terrible. I mean, it's very, very expensive, but it's not terrible. Betrayer's Bargain. 2 mana instant as an additional cost of the spell, sacrifice a creature, enchantment, or pay 2. Oh yeah, we did that one. That's an uncommon. And then, Killer's Mask, guys. The horror. I think I'm trying to figure out what's making it focus. Making it out of focus. I really don't know. I don't know what's causing it to be out of focus. There it goes. See, it's just weird. When Killer's Mask enters Manifest Dread, then attach it Killer's Mask to that creature. Also to the creature that you manifest. Equipped creature has Menace, and then you can equip it for 2. Nah, it's okay. And then Conductive Machete. When Conductive Machete enters Manifest Dread, then attach Conductive Machete to that creature. So it's like the new... That's like the new like living weapon, you know, for this set. Equipped creature gets +1 or +2/+1, and then you can equip it for 4, and it costs 4 to cast. It's kind of expensive for what you're getting from it, in my opinion, but whatever. When Splitskin Doll enters, draw a card, then discard a card, unless you control another creature with power 2 or less. So draw a card, 2 mana, draw a card, and then if you control another creature with power 2 or less, you don't have to discard. Neat. Next is Clockwork Percussionist. It's a monkey toy. Again, creepy. And Haste. It's a 1 mana, 1/1 with haste. When it dies, you exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. Fanatic of Harrowing. We did it. Banish from a site. Target non-land permanent's owner puts it on top or bottom of the library, and then Surveil 1, Frantic Strength, Flash, 3 mana Flash, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has trample. Impossible Inferno deals 6 damage to target creature. If there are 4 or more card types in your graveyard, exile the top card of your library, and you may play it until the end of your next turn. Fear of Immobility enters, tap up to 1 target creature. If an opponent controls that creature, put a stun counter on it. Nice. That's pretty decent. For a common. Unsettling Twins. Yep, they are unsettling. And that figure in the back behind them, the shadow, is like even more so. When Unsettling Twin enters, manifest Dread. It's 4 mana 2/2 that gets you another 2/2 face down, essentially. All right. We are at 4 to 6 minutes almost. Okay. Trash card. And we get Friendly Ghost foil. It's a common. Another basic land. Why do I have my Fractured Cultist over here? I think it probably just fell. The Mind Skinner. Legendary enchantment creature nightmare for 3 blue. It can't be blocked. It's a 10/1. If a source you control would deal combat damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. What? That's kind of crazy. That's interesting. All right. Then we have a Painter Studio. When you unlock this door, you exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn, and then Defaced Gallery. Whenever you attacking creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Savior of the Small. Core Survivor. I haven't seen a core in a while. Survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if it's tapped, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Ghostly Keybearer. Flying. 4 mana 3/3. When Ghostly Keybearer deals combat damage to a player, unlock a locked door of up to 1 target room you control. So free unlock. Sweet. Next is, I can't tell if this is a common. Oh, that's the Grand Entryway. Bear Trap. 1 mana Flash artifact. 3 tap 3 and tap it. Sacrifice Bear Trap. It deals 3 damage to target creature. Decent. Cryptid Inspector. We saw Derelict Attic. The art is cool on this one. On both of them. Derelict Attic. When you unlock this door, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. And then Widow's Walk. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. And then we have Meat Locker again. And then Rampaging Soul Rager. Seized from Slumber. The spell costs 3 last to cast if it targets a tapped creature. So it would cost 2 and it destroys target creature. Or you can pay 5 and destroy any creature. And then Hardened Escort, we already saw. Another Spirit token. Ooh, another foil rare, guys. Another foil rare. Doomsday Excruciator. 6 black mana. Fly. It's a demon. Flying. When Doomsday, it's a flying 6/6. When Doomsday Excruciator enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. So if you cast this and then it gets to attack, when it enters, each player exiles. So both players exile all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. Yikes. We'll put this one in there. I have a feeling people will find a way to make this super busted. We'll sleeve it up. Okay. Central Elevator. This is the rare Central Elevator. When you unlock this door, search your library for a room card that doesn't have the same name as a room you control. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Then Promising Stairs. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. And we've been lucky. That's 2 foil. There's a foil rare and a foil mythic so far. Sorry, that's crazy. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. You win the game if there are 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms you control. You win the game if there are 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms you control. So each side would count as a room or as a door. Unlocked, unlocked. Interesting. That's the rare. That's an interesting mechanic. So I'm gonna look this Doomsday Excruciator up and see if they've got a price on it yet. It is not the borderless, right? Yeah, it's not the borderless. It's just the foil. They don't have a price on it yet. It looks like it's only like $4, but still, for as a foil. Like I said, it could change. I don't know if that one will. It seems kind of cool, but I just have, I don't know. I'm not super hopeful on that one. The owner of target, this is Cathartic Parting. The owner of target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls shuffles it into their library. You may shuffle up to 4 target cards from your graveyard to your library. Under the Skin. That freaking art, man. Dread. This 3 mana sorcery, Manifest Dread. You may return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. It seems decent. Growing Dread. It's a 2 mana Simic colors flash. When Growing Dread enters, Manifest Dread. Whenever you turn a permanent face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That seems okay. Lionheart Glimmer, we already saw. Clockwork Percussionist, we saw. Enter the Enigma, we saw. Bashful Bestie, 5 mana, 5/4. When it dies, Manifest Dread. I like that. Okay, Bear Trap, we saw. Most Valuable Slayer, we saw. Acrobatic Cheerleader, we have not seen. 2 mana, 2/2. Survival at the beginning of your second main phase. If it's tapped, put a flying counter on it. This only triggers once. Friendly Ghost, we already saw. Alright. Maybe 2 more packs we might have time for. And then we'll end the video and then come back for the next one. It's literally, I'm just going to hit cancel and then start the next one. Foil Terramorphic Expanse. Neglected Manor, and then Unidentified Hover Ship. Wait, is this the alternate art one? We had one of these already, right? Was the other one like the showcase? Put that on the bottom since it's sleeved. Oh, it is. I actually think I like this one better than the showcase one. I'll show you guys them side by side. Yeah, I think I like this one. I think I like this one better than this one. So, neat. I'm going to be getting a binder for this set too, just because I did buy a play box. And we'll see if I can get a set of this. Irreverent Gremlin. 2 mana, 2/2 with Menace. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Do this only once each turn. Decent. Vengeful Possession. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That would be a way to also look at like a face down card, I think. Cynical Owner, we saw Glimmer Seeker, 3 mana, 3/3. At the beginning of your second main phase, if it's tapped, draw a card. If you control a Glimmer creature, if you don't control a Glimmer creature, create a 1/1 Glimmer enchantment creature token. So if you can get that, so every time you activate that, that's actually pretty good because you'll be drawing a card every turn. That's decent, actually. Spectral Snatcher. Ward is discard a card. It's a 6 mana, 6/5 with Swamp Cycling. Then we have Underwater Tunnel and Slimy Aquarium again. Horde Vigor. Target creature gains Death Touch. We saw that one. Impossible Inferno. Deal 6 damage to target creature. If there are 4 or more you can play, you can exile the top card of your library and then play it until the end of the next turn. Resurrected Cultist. It's a 3 mana 4/1 human cleric with Delirium. which is two black and two colorless. Return resurrected cultists from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate if there are only 4 more. Yeah, for the delirium cost. Unsettling Twins we saw, and then Bedhead Bestie. It is a 6 mana 5/6 menace with mountain cycling. And yeah, we still got time. Going faster. It's getting faster. Okay, we got one of those little locked, unlocked doors. Locked. Cool. That's neat. Defiant Survivor here. 3 mana, 3/2. With survival at the beginning of your second main phase. If it's tapped, manifest dread. That is an uncommon. Ooh, there's a swamp full art. There you go. It's pretty cool looking. So that's our third full art. And then here we go. Enduring Tenacity. Snake Glimmer. 2 black. 2 colorless. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Love it. When Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment, not a creature. That is actually really strong. So you have to deal with it twice. Once as a creature and then once as an enchantment, unless of course you exile it. But and then Oblivious Bookworm in Simic colors. It's a 2 mana 2/3. At the beginning of your end step, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless a permanent entered the battlefield face down under your control this turn, or you turned a permanent face up this turn. Decent. That seems decent. Orphans of the Wheat. So some of the younger generation probably don't know what that is a reference to. If you don't, I'm going to leave it as a mystery, but it is a reference to an older movie. I'll give you that much. Whenever Orphans of the Wheat attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Orphans of the Wheat gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature tapped this way. That seems decent, actually, especially if you have a bunch of tokens. Wildfire Wicker Folk. This is our first Gruul colored card, I think. It's 2 mana, so 1 green, 1 red for a 3/2 haste with Delirium. If Delirium is activated, it gets +1/+1 and has trample. So decent. Unwilling Vessel. It's a 3 mana 3/2 with Vigilance and Eerie. It says when an enchantment you control enters and when you fully unlock a room, put a possession counter on this. When it dies, create an XX blue spirit creature token with flying, where X is the number of counters on Unwilling Vessel. That seems neat. Monstrous Emergence is additional cast to cost this spell. Choose a creature you control and reveal a creature card from your hand. Monstrous Emergence deals damage equal to the power of that creature you chose or the card you revealed to target creature. Cackling Slasher we saw. Cautious Survivor is a 4 mana 4/4. At the beginning of your second main phase, if it's tapped, you gain 2 life. Erratic Apparition, 3 mana 1/3. Flying Vigilance with Eerie. So whenever an enchantment enters or you fully unlock a room, it gets +1/+1 until end turn. Boiler Bilge's Ripper, 4/4. When it enters, you may sacrifice another creature or enchantment. When you do, it deals 2 damage to any target. Terramorphic Expanse and Unsettling Twins. All right, we're going to go and end this one here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you thought about this hit, and then we'll quickly cycle through these so you can see these ones, and I'll do a recap video at the end. We got Enduring Tenacity, Unidentified Hovership in the normal and in the showcase. We also got the Central Elevator, Promising Stairs Rooms, the Mind Skinner. We've got the Restricted Office and Lecture Hall Room. We got the Ghost Vacuum, Marvin, the Murderous Mimic, Marina Vendrell's Grimoire in the showcase, Toby Bestie Befriender, Inquisitive Glimmer is an uncommon, but it's foil, and I just like it. Art's pretty, so I put it in this pile. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. Did we ever even read that? I don't think we ever read that because I just got excited and read it and looked up the price. 2 mana 2/2 menace. When Nashi, Searcher in the Dark, deals combat damage to player, you mill that many cards. You may put any number of legendary and or enchantment cards from among them into your hand. If you put no cards into your hand this way, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Cursed Recording, Hedge Shredder, Doomsday Excruciator, and then the Twitching Doll is just the promo from the buy a box. All right, guys, let me know what you thought. Let me know if there's any way I can pray for you down below, or shoot an email to the email in the description. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.